When it comes to being a small business owner, everyone knows that cash flow is the lifeblood to any business. Today, we're going to talk about exactly how to optimize your cash flow as a small business owner. Hi, I'm Olivia Kirk.
I'm Tim Urich. We're from Tier 1 Capital, and we're here to show you how to regain control of your money.
When it comes to being a small business owner, most of you have got there because you wanted to be in control, right? You no longer wanted to answer to anyone. And so you took on becoming a small business owner upon yourself, and it came with a lot of pressure, especially from a cash flow perspective.
And here's the thing, you want to be in control of your destiny, and that is definitely admirable. But we've done a lot of research, and we found that according to a survey by Intuit, 61% of small business owners around the world struggle with chronic or cyclical cash flow issues. And 69% of you out there either lose sleep or sleep less due to cash flow concerns. Now, here's what I could say. Having worked with small business owners for 40 years, most or all of those cash flow issues are self-inflicted. That's right, self-inflicted, and we have the solution to show you how to optimize your cash flow.
When it comes to being a small business owner, a lot of times when people come to us, they'll think, I'm one sale away from being financially free. If I just make the sale, I'll be able to sleep better at night. I'll be able to pay my payroll without worrying. But what we found is a lot of times you go from one position where you don't have cash to another position where you don't have cash, and neither of them give you that feeling of financial freedom.
Yeah, and we always call that the curse of the entrepreneur, because as entrepreneurs, we're incredibly positive and future focused, and we think we're only one big deal or one sale away or one contract away from getting that position of freedom or cash flow or what have you. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters is how we're actually using our cash flow. And that's where we could add the most value to our business owner clients, because we show you a process on how to use your money so that you're making sure that you're maximizing the efficiency and the effectiveness of every dollar that goes through your business.
Right, because a lot of times with business owners especially, you'll want to get out of debt as quickly as possible, right? Because you have that money leaving your control every month. What your solution is to pay off that debt as quickly as possible, thus giving up more of that monthly cash flow in order to get that eventual relief. But there's always another purchase right around the corner, isn't there? There's always an opportunity right around the corner where you're giving up control of even more money by either giving up profits or going into debt in order to achieve that goal. And the cycle starts all over again, right? And so you go from one position where, you have debt and that cash flow is going there, and then you get the money and then you pay off the debt. And so now you have the cash flow, but there's always another debt right around the corner. And so the solution is really to take a step back from that cycle so you could get out of it, right? And it all starts with taking a small step to move yourself forward and building a pool of cash where you have complete liquidity use and control of it. And by taking that first step today and following through with small daily disciplines to keep yourself moving forward instead of giving every dollar you make to the bank, that's really going to optimize that cash flow and relieve a lot of those financial pressures.
So the question becomes, well, if you could save more money, would you? And everybody says yes. The problem is you don't think you have the money in your cash flow in order to be putting away. Because think of it, if your biggest concern right now is cash flow, does it make sense to save money, take money out of cash flow to save? Well, now you're just pinching your cash flow further. But here's the secret. There are ways you're using your money that you think are moving you forward, but they're actually holding you back. So we look at those ways and we say, hey, if I could identify money within your current cash flow and show you ways to optimize the efficiency and the effectiveness of that money, would you save it? Now think about what's happening here. The money's already baked into your cash flow cake. It's just not being optimized. So if we can show you how to optimize that, the money's already there. Now let's use it to save and then eventually build it up so much so that you could access that money on command. So now you don't have to borrow money or ask permission from somebody else in order to access their money.
Exactly. And we always talk about the multi-duty dollars, right? So getting $1 to do multiple jobs is a great way to make your cash flow as efficient as possible, especially as a small business owner. So how could we pay off debt? How could we save? How could we have an emergency fund for when that cash flow, those cyclical and chronic cash flow issues arise? And how could we solve those business owner problems of figuring out a succession plan, an exit strategy, a key person retention, those bigger issues that all require money? How do we do all of that with $1 instead of feeling even more pinched and only tackling one thing like debt?
So a lot of times people say, well, Tim, Olivia, how do you optimize? How can we optimize our cash flow? We're already spending it or using it in the best way possible. And our response is, really? You really think you are? Because if you have a cash flow issue, that's generally the symptom of something else, that you're probably not using your money efficiently and effectively. So here's what we do. We'll take a deep dive into 5 or 6 areas. Number 1, how you're paying taxes. Number 2, how you're funding your retirement. Number 3, how you're paying your debt. Number 4, how you're making major capital purchases. And number 5, are you pouring all of your profits back into the business? And when we do that deep dive, we're generally going to free up a significant amount of cash flow that you can divert to create this pool of money. Now think of it. That money was already in your cash flow. Now we're just going to repurpose it so you don't have to stop spending money. In other words, you don't have to reduce your expenses or bring in more revenue in order to save more money. We'll show you how to save more without reducing expenses or increasing revenue. And that is the key to the success that we're able to bring to our clients.
It all comes down to control, and that's the exact lens we use to look at our client situation to figure out how to make everything as efficient and optimal as possible. If you'd like an analysis on your business cash flow, visit our website at tier1capital.com and schedule your free strategy session today. There's no cost or obligation, and there's no downside really. If you're able to save money in a way that makes everything more efficient and relieves that financial pressure so you're able to sleep better at night, it's really a win-win situation. So be sure to check out our website at tier1capital.com. Also, if you like this video, be sure to check out these 2. We picked them out special for you.
Thank you so much for watching our video. And remember, it's not how much money you make.
It's how much money you keep that really matters. We'll see you in the next one.